Vegas Views. I'm Nicole Vegas.
And I'm the co-host, Jason Velez. And today, we've got an interesting person, director, producer, along with his son. We have Evan Allen and his son, Hunter. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thanks for being here with us today.
Very happy to be here.
So we're going to share a little bit. I got to do the red carpet event for Six Wheels from Hell. Thank you so much for inviting me to do that. That was an amazing event. You guys both did amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
So excited.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yes.
The red carpet, we had all sorts of new people there, some amazing actors.
Yeah.
Everyone got to see the movie that they've been waiting patiently to see for 2 years since we filmed it. It was fantastic.
I know, but from start to finish, and I enjoyed it. I loved the comedy horror part of it, and I didn't know what to fully expect. But then when I started doing the interviews for all your talent and your crew, that was really amazing. And then I got to meet your son Hunter, that also has his YouTube channel, Hunter's Movies. So that's where they could find you, Hunter?
Yes.
Yes. Is there a favorite YouTube channel do you have?
Yes.
Can you share it with the viewers? What's your favorite one you were telling me before?
Siren Head.
Siren Head. Okay, so if they want to...
Siren Head.
Oh, Siren Head. I'm so... Siren Head from Hunter's Movies. So check him out. Subscribe on his YouTube channel.
Yes.
And I got to meet you on the red carpet event for your dad's movie, Six Wheels from Hell. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
You were a really big help. There's fun props there, and yeah. What was your favorite part of being on the red carpet?
Me doing the interview.
Yeah, doing the interviews are fun.
Yes.
So I gotta thank your dad for including me. It was a good time there. I'm gonna have your dad share a little bit with the viewers of how he started and maybe some upcoming projects, so people can stay tuned. You're gonna maybe leak a little bit about upcoming, not too top secret, hopefully.
Absolutely. Well, I got my start. I was going to go to like a super fancy film school in Vancouver, and then my uncle convinced me not to go there. And he said there's this other little film school on an island called the Gulf Island Film and Television School, where they teach you tons of stuff in like a week, and you have to go write, shoot, edit your film, and have it ready by the end of the week for a screening for your parents and everything. And I think I was 19 or something. And I'm like, I'll go try it. And I ended up doing 4 separate courses over 2 months. And it was fantastic. But by that time, I had made a bunch of short films already. And then I was going to use some of my money that my dad saved for my education, and I put that into my own editing suite. And then I bought a camera and started just shooting short film after short film.
Nice.
And then me and my dad were walking in Vancouver, and we saw the set of Dark Angel. That was season 1. And there were cars exploding, motorcycles shooting down the street, things were on fire. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, this is what I really, really want to do, right? And so I found the Directors Guild of Canada, yes, I'm actually from Canada, online. Was able to download the production list. I found all the production offices, and I found Dark Angel on there, and I'm like, I want to work on that movie or that TV show so bad. And so I made a cool resume. I made it with like graphics and all sorts of cool things, and little boxes and this and that. So my resume stood out from just like a blank piece of paper.
Yes.
I sent that over, and I got an immediate response to be hired as a production assistant. But I had one more course to do at the film school. I'm like, oh no, I can't come right away. I need to do this, like, I think it was a 2-week course, or it might have been a month-long course. I can't remember at this point. But so I did that, and then I moved to Vancouver with my aunt at at the time. And I called them up and I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And they're like, we don't have a spot for you. I was like, oh no, I've already moved to Vancouver, right? So I waited a couple weeks. I tried calling a couple times. They're like, no, we got nothing. And then I was like, okay, I had an idea. I was like, I'm going to volunteer my first day. See what happens, right? I volunteered. The phone rang within like 3 minutes. And then they're like, okay, we're going to bring you on as a production assistant. I was like, I have no idea what that is, but I will be there.
That's amazing, though, the steps you
Yeah.
did. And can you give a little tips on how you had your resume stand out? Can you help others that want to be part of the showbiz industry and they don't know?
Absolutely. I think because of the kind of film school I went to, I was able to make all those short films, which showed that I already had on-set experience. And that is huge because they need to trust you the first day you get on set. So that really helped. Plus, my resume being so creative compared to just the regular resume on white sheets, it stood out in the pile. And
He's
little
just
monkey.
excited.
He's
He's
having
excited.
fun.
You're doing
yeah, you're doing awesome. And and then I got there. My first day on set, I was terrible. I was so bad. I had like mittens with no fingers. I was freezing. It was raining. It was snowing outside. It was so cold. Every time they called me on the radio, I couldn't get to my radio in time, so I missed the radio calls. It was
because you didn't know.
I
You
didn't know.
and you
I
didn't
didn't
have
know.
a heads up on what to
Yeah.
expect.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
But John Dreyer was my at the time the assistant location manager, and he was like, "Don't worry about it. You're cool. We're gonna teach you everything you need to know on set, right?" And he did. He was fantastic. And when I first started it, and when you're first starting, you're day calls only, so you only getting a little bit of work here and there. So I had some family support helping pay the bills for the first little while, and then eventually I started getting more calls, and then eventually I started getting show calls, and then because Vancouver is so busy in film and television, it was fantastic. I was able to. They started recommending me to other ALMs for other people, and so I ended up doing locations for about 5 years, and then
That's a long time too. Just in
Yeah.
the one area of.
yeah.
Did you have any other options to go into different directions, or were you
Well-
just still trying to build and understand the dynamic?
I had a little bit of bad luck with the Directors Guild of Canada. I had a logbook as a permittee, and you had to do so many days before you could become a full member. And so I had just about done my full days, and then they changed it, and they added like 100. Like, okay, so I had a little bit of bad luck with it. And then once I was finally able to do to be a permanent permanent member, I had a signature on a one day I worked on Chronicles of Riddick, the Vin Diesel movie, and the wrong person signed my logbook, right? So then when I went back to the Directors Guild of Canada, they're like, you have to get this person to sign instead of this person. I said, okay, that's fine. Okay, how do I get a hold of that person?
Yes.
Oh, they moved out of the country.
Oh,
Right, of course, right?
okay.
So they were gone. They were completely out of the country. I could not get a. And then I ended up getting suspended. And they're like, you can start again in 0 days.
You had
Yeah.
all this stuff I didn't
yeah.
know. Okay.
So it was a bit of bad luck there, but it was also a bit of a blessing because I would have just probably ended up like as an assistant director or something like that. But then I made friends in other departments, and then I started talking to them. There was a prop master named Ron, and he was, at the time I was on Martian Child, 6 months as a PA with John Cusack. Awesome. Such a
I
nice
all this
guy.
experience. I mean,
Such a nice
to
guy.
start off with
Yeah.
these big, huge sets.
Yes. And John Cusack was so nice. He ended up, we were on a reservation, and we made friends with all the natives and everything, and they were so nice, and we were filming there the whole time. And he ended up buying one that we call her Smiley, and like an iPod and everything for his birthday. So John Cusack, amazing guy.
But it's
amazing
nice
guy.
to meet celebrities or talents, and you don't know, and they are like a blessing, or they're inspiring, and they're good. So I'm glad that you
Yeah.
are able to have good experience.
Yeah. But then, I was talking to my friend Ron, who was a prop master, and I was like, you know what, I've been doing locations a long time, and now I have to start from scratch again. Can I come volunteer, doing props for you? And he was like, absolutely. I have a show starting in a couple weeks, so unfortunately I had to give up 6 months of income to volunteer for two weeks on that show.
Short term for the long term.
Yeah, but the best thing I ever did, because I was the truck props on that one, and then we went on to another film, or he went on to another film. Ron did, and then he was like, "Can you take over for me? Because I'm gonna go prop master now." So all of a sudden, I had a full-time job with another prop master named Liz, and she kept me on for a bunch. And then like, a couple times I ended up working for Ron and back and forth between the two of them. And then all of a sudden, it didn't take me too long, and then all of a sudden I was a prop master.
So can you
Nice.
explain to the viewers what a prop master is, if they're ever
Yeah.
interested in maybe that direction?
Yeah. So basically, a prop master's job is to purchase, rent every single thing an actor touches in the entire movie. And anything between, that's like utensils when they're eating, the food, we have to do that sometimes. Sometimes we hire a food stylist. And everything, guns, I had to get my gun license to bring those on set. And anything an actor touches, our responsibility. And, every movie always has one prop that, like, doesn't exist in real life, so you have to make it or find it.
Do you like that
Yeah.
part of it? Do you like that part of
Yeah.
where you can create your own, or is it something that has to be given and you have to create what they're telling you to create? Can you actually bring something to you to light?
Yeah, I, sometimes with the director, I'll throw out suggestions. Sometimes we might change a few props in the script. For the most part, you kind of stick to the script. But we always buy options, and then we give it to the director, and he or she picks which one that they want.
Nice.
Nice.
You've done so much. I looked on your IMDb page at just so much talent in all different areas. Is there anything that you would ever do with a workshop? Would you ever have anything where others could sign up for? Would you ever do something like that?
Well, actually, that film school I talked about,
Is it here?
it was in Canada.
Oh,
I ended up buying that film school with my mother.
Oh,
Years later, I had an onset injury when I was actually doing a little bit of set deck, and it took me out, and I ended up getting a bit of a lump sum, and used that, and then my mom was working in Alberta, making a lot of money at the time too, so we ended up investing in buying the film school that I went to.
Cyberbirds, what is it?
Gulf Island Film and Television School.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. And so we ran that for 5 years, and we did all the workshops. We did a lot of the same ones that were there before, and that had worked so well, and we're so good. We're gonna get to you in a second. And so we ran that for 5 years and did lots of workshops on all sorts of different courses, and it was fantastic. It was a lot of work. It was on an island, things like that. But with the pandemic and everything that happened, we ended up having to hand the keys back to the previous owner because with no students for 2 years
right.
in the
That
pandemic,
was,
we couldn't do nothing. But then we were able to after that came 6 Wheels from Now. Had to do something.
I mean,
Right?
but from then having to start over because you had to turn everything over because of that COVID.
Yeah.
And then go to six. What made you get the idea for 6 Wheels from Hell? Did you get to be on the set too? Did you get to see behind the scene on there?
He was in Canada at the time.
Oh, you were in Canada.
Yeah, but you did get to go to Nelson Ghost Town, and you got to see the truck, right? Right, buddy?
Did you get to check out the caves there? They have cave tours.
No, we haven't seen the caves yet.
Oh, your dad's gonna have to take you there.
Yeah.
There's long, dark caves to explore.
All right. Why don't we talk about your YouTube channel?
Okay.
There we go.
Yes. Hunter's movies.
Hunter's movies.
We're going to have to share some clips, and I'll tag you. Do you have anywhere else besides Hunter's movies that maybe he has a page of his own, like an actor's page? I think he's going
Well,
to need
you
one
know
of
what
those.
we do have is Hunter and I also, besides his movie thing, is we have Hunter and Evan Travel the World. We have a Facebook page.
Oh,
It's special.
nice.
Right, buddy? Where we put all sorts of stories from all
Yes.
our travels that we do. Like what cool places have we been around the world?
Like a cool mining place where we can collect gems.
Yeah.
And we missed out on the cave I wanted to explore. Yeah.
But what other
Way out in the desert.
yeah, what cool places have we been? Like theme parks and stuff?
Yes. Like Universal Studios
You've gone there?
and Disney World.
And you've gone to Disney? You're going to have to tell me all about those rides. What is your favorite
And-
ride?
And also
What Star Wars World?
well, Star Wars Land.
Star Wars Land, that is a cool place. I got to go.
Star Wars Land is at Disney World or Disneyland.
Which one's your favorite?
Di-
That's a tough one, huh?
So many.
I don't know which one which Disneyland or World has like the
Star Wars Land?
yeah.
You've been to the one in California. Yeah. At Disneyland. Yeah. And we've, been to all over the country.
Yes.
And
Like Florida.
Florida
Florida's nice.
and Texas
Yes.
and Canada, of course, where you were born too.
Yeah.
I like Canada. I've been there but right over where Buffalo is, the Maid of the Mist. Have you been on that Maid of the Mist? Clifton Hill.
No, we haven't been out east.
I'm gonna send you some
mostly
information
west.
so your dad can
What
take
is
you.
that, by the way?
They have zip lining over the falls. You're brave.
I'm too scared for that.
And they have rope courses, and they have this Clifton Hill and African lion safari where you could feed the giraffes, but don't stand over the food because they'll take their heads and they'll whack you across the jeep. It's really dangerous. That happened to my son. That's why you don't stand over the giraffe's food. Really cool. I'm glad that I got to learn more about you. You didn't tell me that last time I met you that you got to explore and travel with your dad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I was keeping it as a secret.
You were until now, huh? Your dad had to let us know. You get to travel a lot. That's
I
really
wanted to
special.
keep it as a secret until now.
Thank you for sharing that with
Yeah,
us.
and we're probably going to go to either Mexico or Costa Rica in a couple months too.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have your passport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of 6-year-olds have their
Yeah.
passport.
That's true.
And we've been to Mexico.
Yes, we have.
It's really hot, and we tried a new kind of chips. Chips were called Ruffles, and I love them.
Those are one of your favorite chips now. See, I didn't even know
Yeah.
about that. Look at those Ruffles. So next time I'll have to bring Ruffles on a set. I get to see you on a
Can't
set.
remember the name of them, but yeah, that's my favorite chip now too. The
Yeah,
ones
it's
we bought
called
in Mexico.
Ruffles.
Ruffles
Yeah.
have ridges.
The
on?
brand
I can't
name
remember
Does it
the
have
name
ridges?
of this. Yeah.
Ruffles
It's
have
Ruffles,
ridges?
but it's
Yeah.
a special like
It's a special.
brand. Yeah.
In Mexico,
Yeah, the
it's-
brand name is Ruffles. You have to get them. They taste really good.
I'm gonna look.
There's
for you.
also originals and news.
He's got it. He's got it down.
So I'm gonna see what's going on when you get to go to the travels Costa Rica. Do you know exactly which one? Are you gonna do maybe a movie clip from Hunter's movies on YouTube for that?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, I would like to
Yeah.
see that.
Maybe. We don't know.
Don't know yet.
Probably.
Probably.
I like that.
We can put it on your movie channel and on our Facebook travel channel.
I'm gonna have to see
Yeah.
that travel channel. I wasn't aware of that one.
Yeah, we do so much. I forgot. I forgot about it.
Well, I know everything we do.
Mhm.
Yes,
Nice.
you do, and thank you for sharing some of it and not keeping everything a secret.
And
Yeah.
I will never forget my channel name.
Hunter's Channel, Hunter's Movies.
Yes.
Hunter's movies.
Hunter's Movies. I can't wait. You have so many you've done. Really talented too. Really well put together. I couldn't put together like that. That's
And I have a Roblox account.
Yeah, you like to play Roblox.
I
Yeah.
think my son does too. My youngest son. He's on that. It's really popular.
So
And don't hack my account.
Don't attack. No, not me. You don't do it either. Let's make sure Jason doesn't do it either. So, is there anything? Would you ever go into stunts at a young age? 'Cause
well,
he does stunt training.
yeah.
Did you know
we,
that?
You
We
had-
went to the ranch.
That's right.
The stunt ranch.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Where was
Yeah.
that? In Texas, right?
Yes.
And who owns that stunt ranch? Mark. And
Yeah.
who is Mark in Daddy's movie?
Yes.
He's a mother trucker.
He is a mother. Yeah, he played really well that role.
Yeah, Jason does stunts here in Vegas too.
Right here.
Yeah,
This guy right
he does stunts. And Mark has a stunt ranch called Extreme in Texas, and you did stunts with his daughter, Hope.
Oh,
And
nice.
you even incorporated some of those stunts into some of your movies, right? Like the
Yes.
Siren Head one, and
Yeah.
the zombie movie, I think. And
Yes.
what other one did we do there? The Jurassic Park one.
Yes. We did the zombie one in the ranch and the siren head and the zombie, the dinosaur, and the ram
Done
and
so
the
much.
siren head. I think those are the only ones we done in the.
At the ranch, yeah.
Yeah.
So for this ranch, are you going to go back and do more training at that ranch? The
Yes.
stunt ranch? You are? What kind
Yeah.
of training? What kind of training have you done? Can you share?
Flips.
Oh, you did flips?
Mhm.
Yes. I can do like a twirl that like.
Nice, very nice.
Wow, that's really cool.
And also a belly flip.
You should come and visit Jason's too. They do
Yeah.
jumps, falls.
Mhm.
And I was training to do a backflip. And I
those are-
want to do a backflip so bad.
do you know there's places here? I think like flipping out and what is there's another one, but they changed the name and it's off of Tenaya. Something extreme. You jump around and you go and
Yeah, the trampoline place.
yeah. Do you like doing
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Those are fun, aren't they?
And sometimes I do this at daycare and home. I'm an airplane, but I don't do it at daycare.
Not at the but just at
I'm
home.
an airplane. I'm an airplane.
That's fun. You're fun. See how much fun you just gotta find out what's going on.
Mhm.
So, I guess we're gonna take.
Yeah, we're going to take a 2-minute break, commercial, and then we're going to come back and we'll learn more about Evan and his movie Six Wheels from Hell. And I'd like to ask you how
Hunter's
you,
movies.
yes, how you got into horror. What made you go that route?
All right, sounds good.
So we'll be back shortly.
Okay. We'll be right back shortly.
Nice.
Thank you.
It's a nice day outside, Dad.
It is a nice day, isn't it?
Wait, what's that sign?
I think it's Siren Head. Run!
Saturday!
Wow, nice shooting, Hunter.
Welcome to Social Media Shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business. If you are an artist, if you have an event, if you are entrepreneurs, or if you have a story. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on major social media platforms. And if you have a great idea of a show, join us. Social media shows can help you produce and live stream your own show. Let us help you make your dream become a reality.
Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause, because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Vegas Views. And today we have Ethan Allen and his son Hunter.
Yes.
And in this portion, I'm going to ask Ethan how he got into more of the horror side of the house, which I know a lot of you guys like out there, the horror.
My dad's name is Evan Allen, not Ethan Allen.
I'm sorry, make a correction to that. Yes, Evan Allen. And a backstory on that is I actually met Evan about 2 years ago at an event, and he was telling me about this movie. And to see it finally come through, even with the lockdown and everything we went through, and seeing the premiere, excellent movie. So glad he completed it. Thank you, Alan. And can you tell us a little bit what drove you toward the horror genre?
Horror thing. Well, I personally myself, like when I watch movies, I like a lot of comedies and things like that. But anytime I pick up a pen or start writing on the computer, I always go to horror. It's what I like to write, I guess. I don't know. And you know, one of my mentors growing up, I'd have to say, would be like Rob Zombie. You know, I was in a band like he was. He started as a PA just like I did. Then he became a director just like I did. And I've met him a couple times. I've been to the 31 cast and crew screening with Rob Zombie in California there too, and had fun events like that with him. And it just naturally, I just love writing horror.
That sounds very good. Yes.
The Six Wheels from Hell, when I saw your movie, I was so intrigued by the way the killings were. Can I say that a little bit? Yeah, it was really cool, different than what I've seen in any other film. Because I love horror, and you had comedy in it too. I mean, it was fantastic. And can I just bring up about how I saw the guy, the distributor? He came out. I mean, you signed right there. I mean, it was amazing, and that theater was full. That was really, it was so cool, and I'm so glad I was a part of seeing the talent and the crew. Can you share about the Six Wheels from Hell, just how you decided the locations with the scouting and how you got the crew and cast together for this?
Oh,
And were
absolutely.
you in the movie theater that we were in?
Yes, I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I met Mark through Facebook, and one day he was transitioning. He was moving from LA to New Mexico, I think, at the time, and then he ended up in Texas. But he hits me up one day on Facebook, and he's like, "I'm coming to Vegas. Let's find some karaoke," which I love. And that's like my pastime is karaoke. And he's like, "Let's talk about movies." So he flies in. We meet him at Dino's, which is one of my, pretty much the only place I go to in Vegas for karaoke now. And we started talking, we started hitting it off, and then he just kind of inspired me to start writing again. And after talking with him, and he's like, "I've got all this fun stuff that I can provide to the movie," and things like that, I was like, I took a look at him, and then I've had that idea for Six Wheels from Hell in my head for like 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, after meeting him, it inspired me to write it. And I think it only took me a few days, and
Wow.
I had that script ready to go. And this was, you know, around the time when the pandemic was just starting. And all of a sudden, everything stopped. And, you know, when I'm not doing movies, I'm driving for Lyft in Vegas, so everyone's income just stopped. The world stopped,
Mm-hmm.
everything like that. And so everyone here had to apply for the PUA check to be able to pay the bills and pay the rent and things like that. But a lot of people in Nevada had problems
I just
getting their money.
yawned.
It's okay.
I just
And-
yawned.
They did.
Yeah, and it took so long for me to get my first PUA check that it was a lump sum. Wasn't enough to shoot an entire movie, but it was enough to at least start shooting one, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, well, I got a bit of money, let's let's shoot a movie. So I went around town, and I talked to a few people, and then I remember I went to Quantum Arc's studio opening a few years ago too, and I remember meeting Dustin and their team, and I started talking to Dustin, and he's like, you know, let's talk, let's shoot this, and we negotiated a really good deal, and I'm getting a hug from my little buddy. And then all of a sudden we were like in pre-production, and our pre-production was not very long. For the first time, as you know, the prop master in me, I was able to order everything on Amazon. I never had that when I was doing it back in Vancouver. I never had the ability to just order everything you possibly need. It was great. Everything I needed came quick, and we were able to get all those props like really, really quick from Amazon. And then I started casting a few people. I started casting some of my karaoke buddies, and they were totally into it. And then we were having a little bit of trouble with the 4 main teenagers. So I reached out to Dustin, and Dustin says, let me talk to Michael Forsch. Michael Forsch is their casting director for a lot of people in Vegas. And he's like, I've got these 4 people that would be perfect. They came out, we did a read through, and then we were gonna start filming like almost like the next day, and then we ended up pushing it like a day or two. We're like, okay, we need to give the cast a little bit more time to at least read the script, you know. And so the first time we all met was at the read through, and everyone was just having a blast there. Everyone was laughing and loved it, and everyone just couldn't wait to start filming, right? And with
They did
Mark,
fantastic.
yeah.
They did. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I want to
And-
see it actually again. So when
Mhm.
that's I'm so sorry, but it was
Yeah.
really I loved all the parts of the characters. They were
Yeah, I think everybody showed up on set. They were ready to go, and they just like absolutely rocked the set. They were so good at their characters. Like it couldn't have been perfect casting. Like more perfect. It was absolutely.
each of their roles was
Yeah.
there's some twists and turns. It was
Yeah.
it was really cool, and I love that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and on that note, like one of our actors, Brenna Marie Maharan, who played Angel, she went right from our movie to Red Notice with Gal Gadot and Ryan Reynolds and The Rock on Netflix.
Really
that
cool.
movie.
So I got to meet her
Yeah.
through that DK
Wow.
classes, so I'm familiar. Yeah, that was
She's
really.
absolutely amazing. And yeah, she played Cleopatra in the movie. And so it's that.
Really did have talent.
Yeah, we can say we got her
really
first,
talented.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so proud of her for the role she did, and she's going to have a wonderful career. Same with all of our cast. Mark is just did another movie called Nowhere Land. We hooked him up with our distributor as well, so
He was
they
just
offered him an
talented.
deal. Yeah, so he's got a possible deal with them now as well. And Andriana Garbizo.
Oh, yes.
She's in town, and she's a wicked stunt woman too. She's doing all sorts of stuff. And Evan Keys and Malachi Durant, they're out in California now. They're doing some shows. They didn't say what show they were doing right now, but they kind of have like a Cirque du Soleil background as well. And Kevin Sanders, he's
I
just
know Kevin.
yeah,
I know
Kevin.
Kevin.
So nice. Such an awesome guy. He's every day on his Facebook I see him practicing martial arts and
He does. He
doing
is
all sorts
dedicated.
of really cool. Such a dedicated actor.
Can you share what was on there? Like, can you share that there was fire stunts,
Oh yeah.
fighting stunts?
Yeah,
I don't.
absolutely.
People that don't know
Yeah.
Six Wheels from Hell. I mean, you had a lot of hardcore stunts in it. It
Yeah.
wasn't
I need to go pee.
driving.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna? Yeah. Step. You got it. Just step down. Step.
Alrighty. There you go.
I just wanted to share with the viewers, if anybody likes the action-packed, little sadistic, but with humor,
Mhm.
and your main mother trucker, the guy,
Yeah.
Mark Baca,
Mhm. Yeah.
he had an accent. That was not him. Like when I met him, I
Yeah,
mean, it just
yeah.
threw me off,
He-
his accent that he trained.
He played the role perfectly.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did
absolutely.
really good.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, we tried different kind of accents. We tried a few different ones, and some of them were a bit too much, and some of them were not quite enough. And then he found the happy medium that was just
Yeah.
absolutely perfect. And then once we were inside that truck, I mean, the truck itself is like a character.
I didn't know how to give away too much. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it was just
Yeah.
really created beautifully, and that's why I wanted to know who came up with the torments, like the tortures.
The tortures
Yeah.
stuff, yes.
I just like that kind of stuff. That is my.
Yeah, that was all up here.
Was it? Yeah, oh, it was all okay.
Very creative.
But in real life, I'm
Yeah.
just like super laid back guy.
Real
Never heard
life,
of fly,
I-
right?
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I guess the truck was the torture chamber basically in the back of it, right?
That was
And
great.
so, like when our actors were in there, they were just immersed in this set, and they just brought it. And Mark was he was terrified, really,
Yeah.
like some of those scenes, And
Sadistic.
yeah, I like to call it a psychologically damaging movie.
Okay.
That's what I
Psychologically damaging movie. There's another actress I never got to meet. She was in The House in Time that I got to see. Mindy.
Oh, Mindy Gilkerson.
She was
Oh
fantastic.
my
She was
God.
funny too with some of the scenes.
Yeah,
How
she
could you
was
make it?
absolutely fantastic. She's moved out to further her acting career in Atlanta now.
Oh,
And
okay,
she's doing
so
very well
hot
for
spot.
herself
Yeah.
out there. Yeah.
And then the makeup artist. I forget her name though.
Brenda Ojapina. She's local from Vegas. She does a lot of makeup for like the military.
She said that,
Yes,
yeah, a lot of her
yes.
first responders in their training, because actually reach out to me after connecting and sharing her information on Facebook.
Yeah.
I know her, so it is a small community with
It is. I had
Yeah.
just worked with Kevin
Mhm.
maybe 2 days before the premiere,
Mhm.
and we were doing something here in town and putting together some fight choreography, and then I see him in the movie. So
Yeah. Yeah, and Brenda's got her own company, the Nagto FX, and
nicely done.
yeah, she was absolutely amazing too. She came out. She volunteered her time. She volunteered her makeup,
Mhm.
and all the stuff she had to get gathered for it, right? And I have to say her consistency throughout the movie is absolutely perfect. Like continuity of the makeup
I mean,
as it goes, like just absolutely
She did
spot on
great.
and
I mean,
perfect. Yeah.
everybody, you're saying, like, I don't
Yeah.
know how you found the passion, the talent, everything. You just really well done. I'm not. I love those kind of horror comedies. I'm
Yeah.
into that. I've been into that since I was 5.
Mhm.
Is there anything that's coming up? Is there anything more that?
Anything new?
Anything new? Well, as soon as we start to recoup some money with this one, we are looking to do Hell Hotel. Hell Hotel.
Sounds so good. Sorry,
Yeah.
I got so good.
All right.
Yes.
Really good title.
Hell Hotel is basically a couple goes to renew their vows at the Hotel Avernus.
Can I tell you something?
Oh, what's that?
My cough drop is ruined from the paper.
That's okay.
I'll get you another
We'll
one
get
right
another one
after.
after.
You wanna
Okay.
sit here? Do
Are
you
you
wanna
ready to come back, or are you
No.
taking a break?
No.
Okay. He's done. So yeah, a couple renews their vows at the Hotel Avernus, which Avernus is actually means the gates to hell. And we want to shoot at the Artisan Hotel because it's all gothic and crazy in there, and for the most part we can shoot the entire thing within that one set.
Yeah.
And the devil himself tricks this couple into having to run the hotel and sacrifice 6 guests a week through the 6th door on the 6th floor, and it's actually the gates to hell. And if they don't, they will have to go to hell themselves. So after like a drunken night of debauchery, they accidentally sign their soul away to the devil, basically.
Wow.
So good.
Wow.
So, are you looking for producers at all here? Are you?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we obviously funding is the biggest issue.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I am a producer.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously funding is the biggest issue for these independent films, is getting the money together to make them. And you know, we did 6 Wheels from Hell for $30,000.
You did
Yeah.
fantastic for that.
Yeah.
That's great.
I would never have known
Yeah,
that.
that's amazing.
Yeah, and you know, Hell Hotels might run us a little higher, probably, you know, 70, 80, 90, maybe even 100,000, because there's a lot more expenses for that one. But you never know. Might be. I'm pretty good at keeping the budget low, but while still paying our main actors. So.
That is
Yeah. So. Yeah, there's my son playing video games
Yeah,
in
you
the back
know,
there. Yeah.
he's happy doing
Yeah,
that. You know,
he's
he's got to take a
had a
break.
great
That was a
time,
lot
yeah.
on him. You know, he had, you know.
Good. Yeah,
Yeah, he
You
did
did
really
good. You
good.
did really
Are you
good.
gonna have any kids in this upcoming one? Will there be anything with for?
Not so much in Hell Hotel. But I was also talking to Mark about possibly going to Texas and doing another low budget one out there for an old script I wrote about 10 years ago called the Toy Maker.
The Toy Maker.
And the Toy Maker is this old toy maker has been there for 30, 40 years making old wooden toys, and then eventually this kid that came and got a bunch of their, like an old marionette when she was a kid, grew up, she's like 18, 19, 20, becomes his apprentice, and then this kind of real estate mogul comes into town and he wants to buy out everything, demolish the town, start over, make a bunch of money, that kind of things. And so, but he's doing it by force. If they don't take the money, he does it by force. But then the apprentice, they end up fighting back, and the apprentice ends up convincing him to turn his goons into like human marionettes. And so that one's going to be another kind of gory one. I actually, last night I was revising the script and it was pretty gory.
So have you ever done anything like they had the Days of the Dead coming out in February? I booked 3 days for the biggest views there to do interviews there.
Okay.
Would you ever do anything like that for your table? I mean, you have already the awesome props and.
Once our movie is out there early next year to the world, I think we definitely want to take Mark and maybe a couple of the other actors and go do some of those Comic-Con type things.
Awesome.
Monster Palooza.
Yeah.
That would be great. I've been to that one before, and I think at one point, people might start cosplaying as the mother trucker in the movie.
Absolutely,
That's gonna be really
Yeah.
cool. Really, I'm looking forward to that stuff because I went and I just see so much potential and so much growth and fun. Like his red carpet event and then seeing Six Wheels from Hell. I'm so glad that I was able to experience that. I mean, as somebody that is into horror and comedy, I love that. I'm like, what's the next one? Give me more. I want more. So,
And even during the lockdown, the number one request around the world, especially South America, was they wanted horror of all the different genres.
Yeah.
And even now, it's starting to take over the superhero market, and so horror is the way to go.
Terrifier 2. I mean, it's a good example.
oh my.
Yeah.
I took my kids. My kids. Did you know that? I know. At first, because there's parts in it, I look over at the 11-year-old, and he's like, like I got faces. I'm like, oh no, did I scarring him? I was like, oh no, did I do wrong? Did I do a mom fail? I was like, oh no. But he did. He actually said, I love you, Mom. Afterwards, I'm like, see, I got extra love. It was so good. Yours is very, very good. It was everything. I mean, not as bloody. Because nothing topped that
there was
I've
a
ever
little bit
seen.
of implied violence in ours and a little less gore. The more psychological on ours.
Yeah, so it's more of the
bloody.
terror than the blood and stuff. You did have that, is he going to do this to the, like, is it coming? Because they're asking for it now. He warned them, and I was waiting for them. And there was, there was some good stuff. But I can't ruin the torture.
Right.
I just like stuff like that, so I'm very excited. I do want to introduce you to one of it's the Freakin' Brothers Haunted Houses. He also is a movie director out in LA, and I wonder if he'll ever have that open for any of the talent here to use for movies, because he has Gates of Hell.
Nice.
There's a.
Nice, One day I wouldn't mind having Halloween Horror Nights with the Six Wheels from Hell and our murder bus.
Yes. Wow, that would be.
That
would be. I would pay for that. Like VIP, sign me up for. It's I love stuff like that. I mean, is there is there anything that you want to share for your social media? How anybody can find you? How they can support you? Any producers want to be on board for the next one? Can you please share that with the viewers?
Sure. Yeah. Our company in town here is Cybrid Entertainment. That's CYBRID Entertainment.com. There's contact info on there for investors and things like that. Of course, we have our YouTube page, Cybrid Entertainment. There's Facebook page as well, and all of the movie stuff. Every movie we do will be connected to those sites.
Very nice.
Nice, just everything. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
just
so much,
sharing
Andrew. Yes.
and being on Vegas Views. And I'm looking forward to being part of it one way or another, either through investing or also helping you connect to more of the talent here. And I don't know if there's ever going to be a 3-day workshop in Texas or maybe longer. I wouldn't mind paying to learn that kind of stunt performing. I love that stuff. I mean, I've done a little bit. Jason's done a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like those full body burns, and I only did the arm. I only did the arm. I don't love them on me. I like preparing for their arm for me.
Yeah, I won't tell you who, but we did set somebody on fire in our movie.
Yeah, that was intense. Yeah, that was
And actually, your fire person, he came up and did a class for us here, and so we stay in touch. Yeah.
So it's all connecting, supporting each other, and also support your local talent.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Evan Allen.
Allen.
That's right, because I saw the Six Wheels from Hell.
Yes.
So if you get to see, but they have to wait, don't they? They have to wait.
They
So
do.
sorry.
We actually signed our distribution deal right at our screening on October
was
27th.
Awesome.
So we've almost got everything to the distribution company, High Octane. They've been very cool with us, and we had quite a few offers for distribution, but we stuck with High Octane. And they will get it out to the world. Basically, they listed off this long list of places where it's going to go internationally. And
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I mean,
early next year. We don't have a release date yet, but it'll be early next year.
He was there though with the pen ready. I mean, he
Yes,
wasn't
yes.
getting out without signing right there and then. I was right there witnessing it. It was amazing. So, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for staying tuned and sending out the love.
Looks fresh. I think the victim was dragged and murdered in the back of the vehicle.
Could be anywhere by now.
Vegas!
Creepy dude. What if he has someone locked up in the back of the single?
Dun dun dun!
Another missing girl? It's time to get trucking into the fires of hell! Woo!
There was blood everywhere. She's gone. Someone took her.
That creepy fucking trucker.
These kids try to save their friend. I think he has all 4 of them now.
What the fuck is this?
The whole fucking truck is full of dead people!
This trucker is ruthless.
I'm invincible. I'm the devil himself. They call me Mother Trucker.
Abbott Alice, 6 wheels from hell.
Welcome to social media shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business. If you are an artist, if you have an event, if you are entrepreneurs, or if you have a story. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on major social media platforms. And if you have a great idea of a show, join us. Social media shows can help you produce and live stream your own show. Let us help you make your dream become a reality.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.